Hi, so today I'm going to be talking about my tattoo removal experience. I did post on Snapchat and Insta stories like a few months ago, and I was basically at the clinic. I was doing the laser treatment, and I was just telling you that I'm going to speak about it. Now, I've got a few video diaries that I had in 2015, which I'll insert in this video, and I'll definitely just show you like progress pictures and things like that. So I'm going for my tattoo removal consultation today, and I'm feeling really excited. I'm just going to walk in faith and allow God to do what he needs to do, because I don't like this anymore and I want to get it removed. But I've been on this journey since 2015, and it's just been like a long journey, and I'm still on the journey, and it's quite frustrating that I'm still here. But there's been progress. At first, when I started, I didn't think it would work, but I'll take you through with what I remember, because it's been like 2 years almost. So I approached Pulse Light Clinic after I had been searching on the internet. I had been thinking about removing my tattoo that had stars all over my wrist, just because I got it when I was a teenager and I didn't really put much thought into it. Back then I thought differently. As I grew older, I realized that this is just not me, and it doesn't make sense as to who I am. So moving forward, I knew that I wanted it removed. So I just tried out this clinic. I saw like decent reviews online. I just thought, let me just go there, get the consultation, see how it goes. If there's any problems, I guess, I'll just go to other places. So I went there, and basically the consultation just consists of them like doing a strip test to see if your skin reacts negatively to the laser. And they basically ask you about your skin, if you have like keloid issues, or if you have like, they just want to see how your skin will function with the laser. So I did all that, and I think for 4 treatments I paid around £600. And yeah, it's quite expensive, but the thing is I haven't had to pay since then. And the reason for that is because for a year they were using the wrong laser machine on my skin. So I have dark skin, and they were just explaining the risks. Like, it's high risk for me to have like bruising or things like that, just because it's just harder to remove the tattoo from darker skin. That's just the way it is. I was quite perplexed about and surprised about was the fact that we are in like the 21st century, and you mean to tell me that you don't have any black customers, so you don't actually have a laser for dark skin. I'm still a bit confused about that, but I'm also disappointed. The first lady that actually dealt with my treatments, I don't know if I should put her name in it, Ophie, but I don't know. I might take that bit out, but yeah. So the lady that did my first set of treatments, like for about the course of a year, I don't know why she was using the wrong laser on my skin. And it was one day I said, look, I can't see any progress, and I really feel, I don't know, I'm like, I know I've already lost my money, but if this is not actually going to work, then can you let me know, because I can't keep coming here and nothing is happening. And what began to happen was that the laser wasn't picking up my skin, and it was burning my skin, and you would just see like burn marks on my skin. And I kind of didn't, she wasn't empathetic. She wasn't as caring as the others I experienced. She didn't seem to really care. She was just doing her job. That's the impression I got from the first lady that treated me. And it was quite disappointing. But it's only when I actually said something, and that's what I've noticed, and you'll see this theme across. I am not putting down the company or saying they're a bad company. This was just my experience. I'm giving you an honest review. It's only when I would bring up things that they would actually action it. Well, actually, you need to care about your customer. So when I mentioned that, she told me that we're going to hold off, and that they're expecting to have a better machine for darker skin. So they'll hold off on treatments and wait till that comes into place. And I may get a few free treatments just because of the inconvenience. So that took a few months now, and I was quite disappointed, almost thinking of giving up. But I kept praying about it, because this is something that I actually just don't like, this tattoo. Like, I wear long sleeve cardigans to cover it, or I'll wear jewelry over it if I want to show my arms, but I actually don't like it. I don't think it suits me. After a few months, they revealed that the machine came out, and if I'm not mistaken, and I'll double check, I think it's the Pico Shore machine that works best for me. There's Pico Way and Pico Shore, and I think it's the Pico Shore. I'm not too sure, but sure. I'll check it out. So I tried the machine, and there was a new lady. She's amazing. She's so sweet. Her name is Haley. So if you go there and you see her, tell her that she's amazing. She's really sweet and caring, and just she listens and very empathetic. I think these are the qualities you need in such a treatment where it actually hurts and you're actually concerned as to whether this is going to work. So she did my treatment and I started to see the tattoo fading, which I was really happy about, because if we look at the comparison pictures, I could actually see changes, and I was happy, and I was like, yes, the dream is coming true. It's actually working out. So that happened, and I'm still on the treatment. So it's faded. The majority of it has faded, but I'm still going every 2 months. So they do it every 2 months. They do one side of the tattoo 1 week, because they say they don't want to do the whole wrist, just in case the wrist inflames and then like I don't know, the blood or something like that, something to do with the circulation. It was just for my own good. So instead of rushing it, it was good that they took that into consideration. So 1 week I do one side, the other week I do another side, and they bandage it up, and I just basically can't put water in it for 2 days. As for the pain, if you can take tattoo pain, or if I can take tattoo pain, then yeah, it's gonna hurt. It does hurt. It feels like your skin is burning. But they also use this cooling fan thing. They just blow cool air onto the treated area. As they are putting the laser on your skin, they're also holding some cool, really cold air, and it kind of like distracts you away from the pain. So yeah, that was the kind of the way that the treatments were going. And the environment is very clean. It's very nice. They have like music playing. It's a nice place. It's a nice place to be in. I can't fault that. So I've been having treatment now. I was having treatment. Everything was going fine. And very recently, something went very wrong. So I went to my treatment and it was a different lady. But I've had this treatment with a lady like twice or something. So it was okay. So I had her, and this is the second time. So we were talking and everything. She was quite friendly, quite a nice lady. She did my treatment. And then I noticed like a day or two after my treatment, my skin started to peel. And this had never happened before. And yeah, so I was like, my skin was peeling, and then it was revealing like this really light skin. Like it was peeling off, and the area was light. So it's like the skin was losing its pigment. So I was just thinking to myself, because it was in the shape of the tattoo that it was losing its pigment. So it looked crazy. So I was looking at it thinking, is my skin going to remain like this? Because when they were explaining about the laser machine that they were going to use, they said that, it will protect your skin. It won't let you lose your pigment. Things like that were being promised. And then all of a sudden my skin is peeling off. So I called them. I think I emailed them and I sent them pictures, and I was like, what is this? And do you have like help? Because what is this? And then they told me to come in, and I spoke to a lady called Renee, and she was like the senior practitioner or something. So I spoke to her. I showed her. When I was emailing them, I was basically saying that the machine wasn't supposed to do this. And then they said to me, so I feel like they were trying to put the blame on me, like maybe you were massaging it too early, maybe you were touching it too early, things like that. So when I went to see the senior practitioner, she was basically telling me about the aftercare, and did I read the aftercare because I'm supposed to put bio oil on it and things like that. Okay, I hold my hands up. I wasn't following the aftercare, but all this time I wasn't really following the aftercare, and nothing like this was happening. It's only this time that something like this was happening. So I was like, okay, fair enough. I admitted, yeah, I read the aftercare and I didn't, but at the same time, this machine wasn't doing this before and it shouldn't be doing it now. So she was basically saying that I should always stick to the same practitioner. If the other practitioner is not in, maybe I shouldn't go for someone else, because the one that consistently stays with me just knows my skin. And it was quite unfortunate that Haley wasn't in that day. So she basically just gave me a cream. And the cream, when I looked at it, I was like, okay, this is in a different language with the directions. And she was like, just Google it. And I was like, okay. So I found the consultation quite, I don't know, it was helpful in a sense, but at the same time I felt like blame was trying to be put on me. And of course I'm a grown woman, I can accept when I'm wrong, but at the same time I just expected a bit more care or like empathy. It just came across a bit harsh, but it's cool. Like I can take that. I'm grown, I'm the one that went there. They didn't force me to go there. I'm just telling you about my experience. So I took the cream, I Googled it, I used it for a few days, and it spoke about how it makes darker spots lighter. So this was a light spot, and we were trying to make it darker, and it wasn't really rhyming, it wasn't sounding good. I emailed them and I said, look, I've looked into this product and I don't think it's for what is going on with me. Can you tell me how we're going to remedy this, because this is not working? I used it for like a week and nothing was changing, and I think it had chemicals in it. When I was reading the reviews, it was like it had strong chemicals in it, so I wasn't trying to like mess up my skin. I said to them, no one has called, because no one called me to check on me. They said they may call me, but at least I would have expected a call to see whether the cream was working, to see whether my skin was okay. So no one called me, so I emailed them and I basically said something along the lines of, no one has called me and I find it quite disappointing. And actually I did say as well, I'm planning to do a review on my channel and I hope it won't be a negative one, because I took permission from them because I wanted to use their premises to film a bit and show a bit and show my treatment and stuff. But they told me that I had to go to the other branch, so I didn't feel it was like it's going to be like a genuine experience, because I wanted to film the place that I had actually done my treatment at. But they said that the other branch is a nicer one, it's for bloggers to film, so I kind of left that. But I basically mentioned that I'm going to do a review and I hope it won't be a negative one. You know, what is this? I thought you said this cream, blah, blah, blah. I wasn't happy. So they referred me to someone called Dr. Khan, and the place is called Binsina Laser Treatment, Laser Clinic or something like that. Now, this was on the other end of, I think the other end of the Jubilee line. So it was quite far, like it was in North London or something like that. And it was another laser clinic, and the lady is a dermatologist, so they referred me there. Went there, and the lady looked at my skin and she basically just said, you know, once the pigment is lost, it's hard to put the pigment back, and you know, let's just try this cream, see how it goes. So she gave me this cream, which I will insert, and she told me to use it daily. You know, use one, wait half an hour, rub it in, and use the other. So I did that. Pulse Light Clinic covered the cost of the cream. I think it came to like £90 or something, but boy, that's their business, because yeah, it's not my fault that their machine did that. So I've been using the cream for just over a month, almost 2 months, and I can say that it's kind of gone back to normal. I can still see like some little like funniness going on, but it's nowhere near as bad as it was before, because every 2 months they gave me an appointment, and my appointment was coming up after that ordeal. Went back to them, so they did laser on the side that it wasn't affected, and they said I have to wait 2 months before they can even touch the other side, because we have to be very careful. We don't want to like, you know, make any issues arise or anything like that. So yeah, that's where I'm at now. That is where I'm at now. The tattoo has faded. It's doing okay. It's just that there were complications along the way. I think if you were to ask me, would I recommend them? I think I would say yes, but just go there with your eyes open and ask questions about machines and check out what they're doing, because sometimes it's like, so if I didn't ask you to give me another cream, that's how you would have just left me. You wouldn't have called, you wouldn't have checked. Even the cream you gave me wasn't even the right cream, and I'm not happy about that. So you're just giving me any cream and telling me to go about my business. It's not good. So I don't know, is it because there's so much staff there and you're dealing with different people? Sometimes people, you know, they won't have any empathy, they won't care about your experience, but you meet some people that actually really do, and they're down to earth and they make the experience good for you. And I also noticed that they have their own ways of like treating the wound when they finish the treatment. Some will put this like honey on it and put plaster on it. Some will just put a plaster on it straight like that. You can just tell when you're like, you know, you're in an environment, you expect good customer service and it's not really being given to you. But at the end of the day, that's what it is. That's my experience, guys. And yeah, please leave comments below if you have any questions. I would just advise you to just look around. I mean, I've been to this one. I would recommend it in the sense that you are going to get results, but just go with your eyes open, ask questions, as I said, and just make sure that if there's something they're doing that you don't like, ask questions and challenge it, because you shouldn't just trust them just because they're practitioners. You should always ask questions. So yeah, I will definitely keep you posted as the tattoo fades. If you have any other questions or whatever, let me know. God bless, and thank you if you've made it this far.